Hell yeah. Oh, you got your background and shit on there.
Yeah. Mama,
all right. So we on here. We live. We good. So, all right. I'm here with Kate Williams, aka Sheree, entrepreneur, bartender, all around hustler. What's up?
what's up? I'm excited to see how you are and everything.
We're gonna see. You see it was a process getting on here.
Yeah.
Bit of a process. All right. So get this drink real quick. Hit my little water.
Stay hydrated. Well,
you have to stay hydrated. So like I told you before, I want this to be cool, be natural, you know what I mean? Just up on here talking. You can either say what you want to say or not say what you want to say, let whatever out. And then we just go from there, you know? Let's go ahead and we'll just kick it right off. I want to know about how you came up on the idea of Tipsy ToGo.
So I feel like the idea, so honestly, the idea originated whenever I was drinking, and I was like, I don't know why, but sometimes, when you're drinking, you have like those moments of clarity or just like a great idea. And you're like, oh, I need to write this down. So I had been doing detox waters for me and my boyfriend, everybody. And so I was like, with fruits and everything. And then I was like, oh, I can infuse it with like collagen. I can infuse it with like energy, like different things. So I was starting to like look up, the startup costs for that, for all the supplies and everything, and writing that down. I was talking to him about it and seeing if he thought people would actually get it. So then my friend, a couple of days later, she was saying that she wanted to do like start her own business, and that she wanted, I forget how the idea came about, like a lounge or a club or something, but it pretty much developed into a party on the go kind of thing. So that's where Tipsy ToGo came from, because it was during COVID. Not so like everything wasn't really open. People were still trying to have a good time and drink and smoke hookah, but they had nowhere to go. And then especially like the beginning of COVID, and as it started to get warm outside, people started to get more like defiant of the whole social distancing. So everybody, Airbnb parties, there's going to be liquor regardless. There's going to be hookah regardless. So we could provide that, make money from it, and still get to enjoy the function. So that's where like the original concept came from. And yeah, we just started looking into everything and seeing how to make it go from idea to reality from there.
Okay. So what's like a Tipsy ToGo event like? Like, what can you expect? If I call you, I want to have me and some of my friends over, but I want your services. What can I expect?
So we have 3 different packages. The cheapest package is $350. And pretty much we can do anything from just a girls' night to a wedding, like, it doesn't matter what kind of event it is. Our 3 packages that I was mentioning, that's more so for the bigger events, for like the parties, the people of like 30 or more, 50 or more, 100 or whatever like that. But then we also offer bundles for like 2 hookahs and like a tipsy tower, which the tipsy tower is pretty much the same concept as like when you go out to eat to a Mexican restaurant in particular, and they have like those margarita towers that you self-serve.
Yeah.
So we were like, that would be like a more chill kind of package. Like you were saying, if you don't need our service, pretty much we go ahead and make the cocktail for you. We bring it, we set it up. And then as far as the hookah, we set all the hookahs up. We give you 3 flavors just to, mix with on your own and stuff that the customer gets to pick. We give them a pack of coals. We leave a a single burner, and pretty much all the supplies. So you have everything you need to, you know, have a good night. So we do self-service, and we also do where we service it. And when we service it, we have our mobile bar, it's an LED bar. We have me as the bartender, Molly, my business partner, as the hookah person. And then all of them come with a signature cocktail, a signature hookah flavor, and a customized menu that has the client's picture on it.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So are you gonna, so I know that you had told me that you're doing the app. So I assume that this is supposed to last beyond COVID. Like this is like something you're trying to turn into something major.
Yeah.
Talk about the app that you got coming.
So with the app, the idea for it actually came from one of my high school friends. He is a business owner himself, and he's had his own business for a couple of years now. So pretty much he and his team was someone on his team was already thinking about liquor delivery. And so pretty much where we came in at is Guy was like, oh, I know someone, like my good friend actually has their own business doing that. So he was like, if we could tie that together, that'd be perfect. So he let us know about the idea, let us know how beneficial it'd be for us, what they could offer us for providing all the services for it. And that pretty much went from just doing events to something more worldwide. So it kind of just took it to another level, because with the events, it's kind of, I feel like more, at the moment, I didn't think it was thinking small, but it was, because of course we want to do events in different cities and all of that, and eventually hire a team in different cities, because we can't be everywhere at once kind of thing. But
Right.
with that, just like, you don't have to have an event to have access to us. You could just order a bottle from us, or you could just order hookah supplies from us. So it's like we're still catering to the audience without actually having to be direct.
Yeah, no, I think that's super smart, because like the hard thing about like having a service style business is oftentimes you got to go deliver that service.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's hard to try to like scale out like a service. But I think that's a smart way to think about it. Like, you're not paying for myself and the people who I bring with me. You're paying for the things that I provide. Like,
yeah.
That's something that I'm trying to do with my IC freelance also, is like, okay, you're not calling Will because you want Will to show up. You want somebody with my skill set to show up. So if I can find people with my skill set, and you call me and I contract out to them, I still get you that quality. You still get what you need done, and I can collect the cash in the middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's smart. I think that's super smart. How would that go? Sorry. When the people are buying, y'all ask this question, it makes more sense. So when the people are buying, you're gonna have your event. I want 3 bottles of whatever. You already have these bottles? Or
no, client actually provides the liquor. We provide everything except for the liquor.
Except for the liquor. Okay, because then you'd have to get like a liquor license or whatever. And so that's like the...
Yeah. So whenever we're in the process of getting the liquor license for whenever we do the app, because of course we're going to need it then. But pretty much that's one of the reasons why we don't provide it. We have the client provide it. The second reason is just because if we were to get it, we're not sure exactly how many people to expect. I mean, they give us a range, but if it's a birthday party, who knows who's going to show up? If it's a grand opening for something, who knows who's going to show up? So it's like, to ensure that nothing is ran out because of us, we're just like, you guys, that's your one responsibility. We got everything else.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, because then it's like, you can't blame me. You can't blame me when the liquor ran out. Yeah, that's smart. That's super smart. But then you guys, y'all bring like the hookah and you bring all of that, like you said, the 3 different flavors.
We bring fruit and everything. And also, if it's like a situation, we do try to be accommodating to customers. So if it's like a situation where they're super busy setting up and, you know, getting everything together for the event, and they just forget or they don't have time to go to the liquor store, we'll go and we'll just invoice them immediately, because it's just like, this part wasn't really our responsibility, but to take that pressure off of you for a second, we'll go ahead and take care of it for you.
Right, but you're gonna pay me back.
Yeah. It's a dire need situation kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. So all right, so how long have you been doing it?
Since the end of August.
The end of August.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the summer of 2020.
Okay. September 2020. So since y'all are like trying to go like national,
Mm-hmm.
are y'all licensed already and everything? Like
Y'all
have who?
Our LLC. Then we have
LLC.
Go trademarked.
Okay. Hell yeah. So then cool. Because I was gonna say, like, how would you like prevent somebody from trying to like pick it off and everything? But I'm like, with going into an app, you must have thought about this already. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, because that's a big step. That's a good big step though. Like, I don't even know, like, you would know better than me because I really haven't heard of nothing like this. Is this like a thing? Like,
so I definitely feel like the idea came very on in our business career with Tipsy. And I feel like that's great because we're not having to just do smaller events or local events for a couple years until we had the idea. So I'm happy it did come within like a couple months of starting. Because like I said, I could just boost it and take it to another level just after 1 year. And I feel like that's really rare with a lot of independent businesses. But what was it? There is another app that is like us. I'm not sure how many states they are in, but they pretty much have the same concept, but they don't offer the tobacco and hookah stuff. It's just liquor from liquor stores.
Oh, they just come to drop it off.
Yeah. No, it's an app. And they just, like pretty much like we would have. It's an app that has all the listings in your area of liquor stores. You can select which store you want to buy it from, or you can go to a certain tab, select if you want, a bourbon, a cider, whatever, and it'll just tell you what store has that within a certain radius from your house. And then you select that, add it to your cart. And it's like a service fee and everything. Pretty much literally the same concept of Uber Eats or DoorDash.
Oh, okay. That's smart. That's super smart. And so also, with me knowing you, you're a bartender. Mm-hmm. Do you somehow are you going to somehow incorporate this, or have you already, into like, you want to get this, you can make this with this type thing, or you want to stay out of that?
Well, you mean like coming up with drinks on my own? Or
well, not necessarily drinks on your own, but just like because you know of drinks, because like you've worked in that profession or work in that profession, you know what I mean? Boom, you want to get this, like, I don't know, you can make this with this, you know what I mean? Like, type thing, like, you want to get this bottle of whatever, I don't know, you want to get this bottle of vodka. A good drink you can make with this bottle of vodka is this.
Okay, I got you. So are you saying like on our app?
Like, because they're not dealing with you, you know what I mean? Right. So they're not, they can't see you. So
I'm about to take that idea because that's smart.
You're welcome. Tell you, it's like the wheel effect. Like, I'm telling you.
You give one idea, you're just like, yep, make sure my name is in the credits. Dang.
I feel like I've been mind coaching you from like the jump. Like, from the jump.
With the app, I'm not sure how the other liquor delivery app works, but with ours, as far as like the privacy and the legal side of it, in order to even get into the app or get into the website, well, the website's gonna be separate. That's just gonna be Tipsy ToGo, bookings and everything. But in order to get into the app, you're gonna have to upload your license, all the information on your license, and then you're going to have to sign something that you're old enough, to get the liquor delivered and to be purchasing liquor. And then whenever you arrive, also, you're going to have that identification just to make sure it's not being sold to anyone, underage. Mm-hmm. That protects this and the liquor stores. And then with also branching out, whenever we launch, we plan on launching in Clarksville, Nashville, and Chattanooga. We're not going to off bat start building teams for events though, just because I feel like it takes like a lot of trust for someone to have your business name on them and go do an event and represent you, you know?
Oh, it takes tons. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're running with your reputation.
Right. So we're gonna wait on that end and just try to cover it. We're gonna pretty much build a home team in Nashville, since that's where we're based at, just to make sure we're able to get a feel for people, be around them enough before, you know, we're just like, okay, you're hired. But when it comes to the delivery aspect, we are gonna have drivers, because of course we're not gonna be able to drive to, you know, out of state places, or really from Antioch to Smyrna type thing. Because it's like the whole point of us going bigger and doing the app and getting drivers is so that we don't have to be as hands-on ourselves.
Right.
So it's like we're trying to just be, you know, the owners and calling it a day kind of thing.
Yeah, I want to be this is on autopilot after a while. Like I'm telling you, so that's the thing. Like I always tell you, like I see so much of myself in you, man. Like I really do. Because like that's the thing, that's what I've been working on as I'm about to make the transition into going into real estate. Like I built my business to the point to where it will make no sense to let it go. You know what I mean? Like it makes pretty good money. So the goal is to just become so hands off that you're really just receiving work under my name, and then you'll go to something like a platform, like some web-based type something, to see the work that's available, to compete and bid for that work that's available. And like I said, I just catch the difference. I can do that shit while I'm asleep.
Yeah.
You know, like, and the same thing with you. You can sell events while you're asleep. You know, like book this event, you know, blah, blah, blah. The only thing in the beginning, you got to take no trips, but then it's like, the more you do it, like you said, you're trying to hit like basically the main cities in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Home base. And then eventually you're doing chat, Atlanta come. But that's nothing for y'all. You know what I mean? And then what y'all could try to do, I'm sure like y'all will probably end up trying to do is like y'all bake in somehow, like we need to get there somehow. You know what I mean? So boom. And then like, hell yeah. And it becomes like a big thing. And then y'all meet people in them areas, and then that's how you can build your team out. Like, I think that's smart what y'all doing.
Especially once it expands to Atlanta, since there's celebrities live there and there's just like so many events that's always going on regardless, that'll definitely help us blow up even more.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's just always something going on in Atlanta. Like anytime something's being hosted in Tennessee, it's in Atlanta. Well, yeah. Georgia. So, and Georgia's not too far, so everybody's quick to go down there and everything. So I feel like just being in the mix of that and networking and everything, that's going to definitely help everything flourish into what we have planned.
That is good. And then like how you said earlier, like it's really good that this is kind of taking off in under a year. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's really taking off. And I think the good thing about like businesses like yours is you can do it right if you have that cool factor to it. Like it seems cool. This is what's popping. Other people want to go try to get with it because they like the people who it's involved with, or they like the people who it brings. You know what I mean? And y'all throw events, so it literally brings everybody. You know, and then it's so smart.
Throwing events for Tipsy alone for like promotion and networking and all that, just to like, let's say we have a Black-owned business event for all Black-owned business owners in Nashville, or a Greek event, like anything, just like a Meet Tipsy kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Then also, and we do plan on like eventually producing Kuka flavors, and maybe even like a tequila, since that's what I drink. I don't know. We'll see. But that's big picture, long run kind of thing. One step at a time.
It's not, and that we could talk about that, because you know what I mean. We could talk about that another time, because yeah, like that's I could definitely see that happening, especially when you say like the events. So, have y'all thought about hosting events for like you said, like you said, you want to start doing like, what'd you call it? Meet tipsies, right? Or whatever, tipsy meetups. Kind of like, would you do those for like, hey, tonight we're gonna have well, no, you did say it for businesses, right? You did say that.
Yeah.
I was about to ask you. So would you do that for like, I guess what I'm trying to say is for like, all right, instead of just this Black owned business opened up and then they're about to have this event, we're gonna have a meet tipsy for the Black entrepreneurs in the city. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you mean like for the Black entrepreneurs, do you mean they're only invited or they are involved in the event?
Like they're only invited. So it's like it's like you're hosting networking for somebody else. Like, hey, y'all come here, boom. I guess maybe in that instance, like maybe y'all would provide the liquor for that one. Like y'all come through, we got drinks, we have the bar, blah, blah, blah. Because I mean, you purchase too much liquor, then oh well, you got something for next time. Yeah, you know. But yeah, I think that'd be smart because there's people want to go to stuff like that. Like out here, that's something that I've been trying to do more so because when you get fully self-employed, it's very lonely. It's boring and lonely. Not in like a sad way, but you just don't really have nobody to talk to during the day. So
that's in your same field, like around as if you were going to work, you had your coworkers and stuff like that.
Right. Like I have no coworkers, you know what I mean? Like I tell people like I'm on the same schedule as dope boys. Like I don't, you know what I mean? And so like I like whenever I hear of something, but it's very rare when I hear something like, hey, this is going on strictly for entrepreneurs, come through, come network. Because I'm coming through there with the idea of like, I'm about to let y'all know what I do, you know, because my business, similar to yours, caters to other industries as well. Like y'all need networking services. Well, I'm a network technician. I can build you a network from scratch. You're establishing your business. You need to be on the internet. You'll die without being on the internet. Like, you know what I mean? So I love going to them type of things. And then liquor always helps, you know, like get the conversation flowing.
Right. And actually, I feel like, well, I know for sure in Nashville, they have events like that, like just networking for people who are like singers, artists, photographers, videographers, stuff like that. Entrepreneurs overall, really. I haven't been to any personally because I think I knew about one before, but I couldn't make it to it. But I've seen them on social media. They look fun. And it is, for the most part, like around my age, like 25 and younger type people going to these, and they're collabing there. They have like the photographers are taking pictures and stuff like that. So I know that they do have cool events like that in Nashville, and then even some like liquor places, they host stuff like fire. I remember whenever I was working at the club, there was one liquor company that hosted something at a rooftop. And like they were inviting bartenders and people in the industry. So it's like, I know there's kind of stuff out there like that, but we haven't had one yet. So and I don't have a bar or a mobile bar that's had one yet. So I feel like I'd be the first to do that.
Right. And that's what I think is also. And then it's like, so they too have those events like that out here. And I think they have them in like most like major cities, but there's not like that. There may be an event for Black entrepreneurs, but it's not built by Black entrepreneurs. You know what I mean? Like it's like a difference. It's like, all right, hey, this is for y'all, but this is from us for us. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's what I feel like is good that y'all are providing. That's gonna bring more people out. You'll have more people who like maybe wouldn't so much fit in with everybody else, who feel comfortable to come to that because it's an event put on by Black people for Black people. You know, like that's something I think is good. I was about to say something, and I can't remember what it was. It was you talking about your age range from you seeing those events. I'm glad that you said that. Something that I talk to people about a lot is I feel like in my age range, I'm rare. I'm like, not rare, I would say, but like I'm the fully self-employed people that a lot of people know. You know what I mean? Who
Yeah.
like, I make decent money. I can, you know me, like, you know, like I'm one of the few people who people know in my age range, but there's a lot of people in their younger 20s who's already on that path for that. Whereas I feel like a lot of people in my age range, like, didn't think about that. For most guys, you would think like, all right, for me to make money on my own, I need to sell dope, or I need to like try to flip cars, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's something like it's like an in the street type of business, you know what I mean? Instead
Like
of like
a hustle, fast money kind of thing.
right. It's just a hustle type money. It's nothing that you can plan, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like all street money, like you can't plan it, you know, like you have an idea of it, but you can't plan it. And so I felt odd about what I was doing in particular was because like I'm self-employed in the IT space,
Mm-hmm.
which is extremely underdeveloped, not underdeveloped. It's extremely underrepresented by Black people. Like it's a lot of times it's odd. Like you won't see like other Black people. I'll go somewhere if I go to like an event or something like that. I'm one of the few, and then I'm the only. I don't mean this to sound funny. I'm the only one of my kind there. Like,
Of your kind.
the only one of my kind of my personality type is what I
You mean
mean.
white tee, 2 gold chains, kind of.
I mean, like, who share the same interests as me. Like
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like, don't get me wrong, like I can mess with anybody, but it would be nice to go somewhere in my industry and be like, yeah, see somebody who I can identify with, like, all right, yeah, bro, but I'm gonna be with you this whole time. You know what I mean? Like something like that. But yeah. And it's just not as common in my age range as it is in yours. And then like even when I try to tell like my peers about it, like, look, man, like this is what I'm doing. From a young age, you was talking to me about investing money. I'm like, yeah, man, look, you can look at this, and this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I try to talk to them about that, and a lot of people in my age range, like, they'll talk that game with me. You know what I mean? But they're not doing nothing.
I think
And
that's my age range. We all pretty much are used to seeing, like, we're used to social media pressure as far as like influencers our age, celebrities our age, seeing that they have all these things and they're our age. Like Kylie Jenner, she's 23. I'm about to be she's 23. So it's like knowing, I mean, of course, she's a rare example because where she comes from, but not even celebrities, but like influencer YouTubers, especially, they are our age. And it's like, it just seems like social media is just such easy money. So now people in my age group, they're like, okay, I'm going to try social media. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. Like, they're more so wanting that financial freedom without having to be at a company for years and years before getting to the tax bracket they want to be in, you know? So yeah. That's kind of the difference. Like the age group I'm talking about, they're open to taking a risk. And right. I feel like yours isn't as much. They're kind of like, you find a job you like, or you get comfortable and they're just like, okay, like I'm making money, my bills are paid, it's cool.
Right. And I just always, I was never kind of with that, you know, like even from whenever I was in the Army, I would always tell people, I'm doing this until I can figure out something better to do. Mm-hmm. And I remember being in the Army for a year with some other people who was in the Army for a year, and they was like, I'm doing this shit for 20 years. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this shit next month. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's wild that you're like, I'm doing this for 20 years. And some of them fools have stayed. Like, they're still, you know what I mean? They're still going in it.
And my dad retired yesterday from working at the same place for 20 years. And it's just like, whew.
You said who did?
My godmother.
Oh, for real? That's 20 years, the same spot. Like, there's just no way. Like, I'll tell you, one of the things I think it feeds my personality is anytime that I'm going somewhere, it's a rarity that I'm gonna be somewhere twice. It's an extreme rarity. I go different places for different industries because every industry needs a network, and they need their network to work. So like I've been in movie theaters, I've been in banks, I've been in hotels, I've been in government buildings, I've been in motherfucking stores, I've been on top of stores, like been in malls, you know what I mean? It's just like different stuff. It's like, because I feel like it's important. There's nothing wrong. I think it's very successful if you can hold a job down for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't like I feel like it's very unnatural, the feeling of needing to go get a job. Then when you go interview, it's, oh my God, that shit is extremely unnatural. Like, tell me why you need this job.
Yeah.
Like, y'all need me here more than I do. Y'all
right.
Put out that you need somebody.
And that's the thing too. It's like, whenever you know you're not the type to, inside you're an entrepreneur, you know that you don't want to work for someone else for the rest of your life, or, not even that you don't want to, it's not enough for you to feel satisfied. So it's like having to answer questions like that. And it's just like having to bullshit it. And you're just like, damn, what can I say that sounds good? I mean, even though I don't mean it, it's just like that right there. I feel like gives you the smallest push to make you not need that job and do your own thing.
To make you not need it. Like, I'm telling you. So it was really hard whenever, hey, I'm telling you now, like, it was really hard when I was going through that stint whenever I was trying to look for jobs whenever I first got out. Because I know how to make money on my own. I'll get my disability. Me and Shanice, we have money invested. I really don't need a job. You know what I'm saying? And so to go into these interviews, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try this differently to try to see how this works. I was like, I'm basically gonna try to negotiate with them when I'm inside of there, because it's like the outcome really doesn't. If I get this job, cool, because then I'm just gonna make like a whole lot of money. But if I don't get this job, cool, because I'm already making a whole lot of money. Like, so it's like a big deal.
Yeah, and that also is because of you're an entrepreneur. It's like you want to make as much money as you can. So if you have the time and you have the source, why not pick up extra income? Because I feel like I'm going through that now. Like, even though like I'm in school and I have plenty other side hustles, I still am like, I mean, there's still stuff this year that I want to do. Maybe I do need to pick up another bartending job right now just to stack some money. Maybe, I could do this, like working for somebody, because it's like, until you're not having to work at all, you don't got enough money.
Yeah. Right.
More. And I don't feel like it's a greedy thing. It's a comfort thing and a freedom thing.
Yeah, it's a comfort thing. It's a freedom thing. Like 100%. Like, you shouldn't feel greedy about this, because at the end of the day, like, so we all have different motivations. My motivations are different than yours. I have a lot of people in this house. You know what I'm saying? But there's 7 of us in here. Like, I feel it for some people whenever the pandemic hit. Shit got tough. But shit did not get tough in my house. You know what I'm saying? And that was because, like, of just like how I built shit. Like, whenever everything first started, my IT business slowed down. But people was refinancing their homes like crazy, and I'm a notary. So I was able to do their loan signings. And that's like 150, like, a signing. At minimum, you know what I'm saying? Like 150 to sign it. That takes like 45 minutes. You go there, boom, make the money. Then a couple weeks later, my IT business got back jumping. So I was doing a little bit of both. Then like my IT business got like really jumping. Started solely focusing on that.
Yeah.
Been doing this, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, it's cool. You remember I went and I took the job for like a little bit. Cool, big title job. I'm the project manager. I'm over here at, I'm not gonna say their name, at this company. And but I was miserable, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was working all the fucking time. Like, I literally dedicated all my time to them. And so I was like, nah, I had to quit, because I would rather go back and work for myself, because I can do more working for myself than I can do working for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, Yeah. So I was like, cool. I'm just gonna go back, work for myself, do what I need to do. Like I said, it provides me happiness. You can't be miserable working for somebody else, but I'm all for having have that job.
That's
Like
what
you
I was
said, if you
saying.
have the money, and I mean, not if you have the money, if you have the time, go get the job.
Yeah.
That's guaranteed money. You can plan around that. The rest of your money, you can't really plan around because you don't know what you're gonna have come in. You have
And
an
that's
idea.
why whenever people try to, I guess, shame people on social media, like when there's those people that's like, people make it seem bad to have a regular 9 to 5 and act like everyone's just supposed to, have Birkins and go on vacation every week and blah, blah, and just be an entrepreneur and talking about if you don't come out of this pandemic with a business, you're not a real hustler. And blah, like they pretty much try to shame those who believe in those kind of things or that has that kind of energy about them that, I can come up with a business. Let me put a plan together and follow through with it. And people who I guess preach that, it's okay to take that risk and all that. They kind of might try to make people like that feel bad, but it's like, if you could make extra money, you would. So it's the same
Right.
concept because you're not talking about it online, or just because you're not sharing with others your business ideas and stuff like that. It's like, it doesn't mean that one way is better than another. If you can make extra money, good. If your job offered you a raise tomorrow, you would take it. So it's like, you can't be mad that people want money in different ways. Some people want fast money. Some people are okay with slower money. So it's just like,
not only that, so all right. Because I can't stand this shit. So I do not like the whole social media says I need to live like this type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some shit that I really hate. And I feel like a lot of niggas they suffer from that. They suffer from that when it comes to this is what you should do. It's a stimulus check. You shouldn't go do this. You should do blah, blah, blah. Or this is what you could do with your taxes. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, the way I look at it is like this. Unless you know multiple ways to get money independently that work for you, not only that work, but that work for you.
mm-hmm.
Unless you know that, have a job. You know what I mean? Because what they say, two incomes is close to one, and one is close to none. Yep. So you should really just try to, whatever you can do. At the end of the day, all right, so me, I'm at a point I don't have to have a job, which is cool. I'm still not even above taking a job. If somebody comes around with the right amount of money, it's a particular amount of money that I'm looking for if I was to take a job. But if you come around with the right amount of money and we're talking about the same thing, I'll work there. You have to understand that when I go there, you are not of this, maybe on the hierarchy chart. You're above me. Outside of that, you're not above me. Don't try to come around acting like that. If you give me tasks, I'll do them. Mm-hmm. I won't have no problem with it, because at that point, we should both be on the same page with what I'm trying to get paid and what you're trying to pay people and the work that needs to be done. As long as it's not demeaning, go get yourself a job. I don't have no problem with that. What I do have a problem with is people who aren't at the point to where they shouldn't have a job anymore, trying to not have a job and then falling broke, or people trying to chase after these pyramids. I had this dude try to hit me up, and I knew this dude growing up, and he's a very stupid individual. And he was hitting me up. How would you like to talk about some business opportunities? All unnaturally speaking.
Hold on, sorry. I'll get DMs you're beautiful, you seem like you have a cool personality, blah, blah, blah. Would you, can I talk to you about how to make more income? Or there's females that'll hit me up, but then there's guys that'll kind of try to compliment you in the beginning just to throw in their Forex pitch or whatever it is. And it's just you're not getting replied to regardless.
Right, the Forex shit. This dude, he's selling, or not selling, he's, what was it? It's Motor Club of America. I guess you're helping people, or you're selling products for car insurance, but you're that's not your main goal. Your main goal is to get other people up underneath you so they can sell to you. and you're trying to recruit people. And so in the beginning, I'm trying to entertain this dude. I'm like, what's your business, man? And he starts sending me all these videos with Kobe Bryant, Oscar De La Hoya, and all these other big profile people and everything. And I was like, what is this? What's your business? And he was like, let's talk about it on the phone. And I was like, nah. I was like, just text me. What's your business? And he was like, real businessmen don't do business through text. And I was like, nigga, like half the transactions I close are through text.
Yeah.
Like, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, and so I was like, what do you do? I was like, I'm pretty sure with the way that you're messaging me, you're part of some sort of pyramid scheme or something like that. Like, and then he stopped messaging me, but it was like irking me. I had to go find what he did to find out what he did. And I was like, yeah, of course, you're part of some pyramid scheme. That's why you're trying to send me these fucking like, oh yeah, Kobe Bryant is speaking about my business.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You're not impressing nobody. You look stupid. All right. Like, nobody's believing this shit. You're getting dopes to believe in what the fuck you're talking about. Like,
I honestly almost got into that Forex whole little business. Really not okay, so before it even blew up, like 2018, this girl that I know from Clarksville, she was posting it on like Snapchat or something. And I was inquiring about it. So that was before everybody was talking about it and stuff. So she pretty much told me, like, you know, it's the, what is it? Cryptocurrency or foreign exchange, like whatever that stuff is. So she was telling me it's like, you know, what it's about. And I was just asking her really like, because the screenshot she was sending and she was telling me about it, but it still wasn't making sense. So I was like, you know, how, because, you know, when you sign up, you get access to a database, they say. And so pretty much I was asking, how does the database work? Like, how do you know when to sell? Like, how do you know, like, you know, what's actually the in and outs? And she pretty much just told me I could join this course and learn about it. But it was just like, you have to sell me first before I pay to do a course, you know? Like, you need to tell me, I'm making this much money weekly, this much money hourly. Like, this
show
is
me
how
some real shit.
Yeah. So I ended up not doing it. But then I think when I came down there to Texas, like during COVID, this influencer I've been following for a while, she was doing it, and she was doing like phone calls to explain everything. And I had set one up with her, and I never even called her, honestly. Pretty sure, because I was just like, I don't even care anymore. We might have been high, and I was just like, forget it.
Might have been.
But it's just like, I do honestly wonder if it does work, because that could just be like the beginning of COVID when I made all that fast money. People were skeptical if it worked, if you could actually, you know, how everything.
Oh, with your susu? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, maybe it's like that. Maybe people are actually making money. You just have to
can make money. You can make money in cryptocurrency. You just don't have to do it like sleazy, like how they're doing on Instagram. You can make money in I'm gonna tell you how I know the Forex shit works, because even though it's funny, like I'm older than you, but it feels like sometimes I'm like a lot older than you. Sometimes it doesn't. But like long ago, before we had 2 digits in the back of the 2000s, I was doing foreign currency exchange, which is Forex, where I am over here and I stumble across some cash that I don't really need. I purchase currency from this country to go to this other country. I mean, to go to the currency exchange to exchange it for US dollars. You know what I mean? To get the plus side on it. Like there was a lot of things that you could do. Like you can go get like, what was it, Iraqi dinar at the time, which was like a penny. It might have been less than a penny. Go purchase a grip of it and just wait for that shit to become like a penny or 2 pennies. And then you double up on your money because you purchased a penny worth of Iraqi dinar. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I don't even understand that. What do you mean you double up because you purchased this?
So So basically,
because when I think of it, I try to think of it as stocks. Like you buy something, it goes up in value, and then you sell it.
It's almost the exact same type of way. So, all right, say, because like I said, I was in Iraq when I was doing this. This is 2009. So I would go get like, I think I could go get like, I don't remember exactly what the numbers was. I think I was getting like 100,000 worth of Iraqi dinar, and I would spend like $1,000 because it was like super duper cheap. Or I can get like 1 million and spend like $1,000 or something like that. And so what I would do is I would get it. Say I caught it at a penny. All right. And then I'll just look, and then I'm like, oh, okay, boom. It's 2 pennies now. I'm selling. Right? But back then, it wasn't as simple as like, boom, press the button, I'm selling. It was like, oh, hell yeah, that shit is 2 pennies today. Let me go to the currency exchange.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Let me go to the currency exchange because I need to take this money over to here so I can get US dollars value back off of this money.
Yeah. So it wasn't as instant.
Yeah, we should try it. We should like try that shit together and then just like figure that shit out. Like,
I would.
You said what?
Try what? Forex?
Yeah, like we should try it, but not like through other people. Like we should just try to figure out like how to like get into that shit and then just like do it. I don't want to do it like nobody like sleazy, but like you have your account, I have my account, and then like we just like figure this shit out. You know what I mean? Like, cause if it's the same as how it used to be, I can teach you this shit in like a day. It's literally this money's cheaper than this money. Like, all right, the US dollar is 4 times worth this dollar. So let me cop this. I'm gonna cop a bunch of this. Oh shit. Now it's only, what did I say, 4 times? Now it's what, 5 times more, you know what I'm saying, or some shit like that. Like you take like your little minimal increases because it's not like you're like, it's money. It ain't like it's about to be like, damn, that shit's 30 times more now. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's money. That shit don't move like that. So you take like your little increases.
People do like screenshots and post how much they've made.
I don't understand those.
That's what I'm saying. It'll be like 1969 and it'll say that on everything, and then it'll have like -3, and it's just like, so yeah. $20 in each thing. Like, what is it saying? I'm confused.
That's what I'd be looking at. Like, I'll look at people's stuff, and I'd be like at the bottom, it's like, so you made $4, or you made like, like, I don't know. Like, I would assume the bottom is what it's supposed to be, but I don't see like big. I don't know. Like, maybe people are like, dang, like, look, I'm showing you this is working. Cause like whenever I see it, I'm like, it's not like big amounts. Like,
well, but they're not posting actually their money. They're just posting like, let's say, the formula for it kind of thing. And then if you do Forex, you know what everything actually means and how much they actually made.
Yeah, so, probably could be like some you in on this type shit.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it could be. Who knows? Like, I don't know. But yeah. Cause my partner, he does it. And then he was like, yeah, you should get on one of my phone calls. I was like, I'm not about to do one of your phone calls, bro. You can tell me about this, nigga. Right. Like, I'm not about to sit here and hear you boasting and promoting
and stuff to make the numbers look like, oh, we had 100 people on this call.
Yeah, nigga, I ain't about to. This is like, I got this homeboy. This nigga done did every pyramid scheme on earth. He was doing the vacation thing at one point. I think he was doing the Motor Club America thing at one point. There was this thing called ACN. I remember I paid for it and I didn't even do it. That shit was like $500. I just didn't even, because I was like, this shit is fake. They just had me hype in the moment.
You
said what?
I said you had money, huh? Just throwing away dollars.
It sounds funny when I say this. I've always had money. Yeah, in periods, I guess you'll say. I've always had money. Like, I tell you, what was it? Yeah, when I was younger, that's when I had the most money. And then, I'll just spend it on stupid shit like that. I was like, hell yeah, I'm about to do this. And this is how stupid that plan sounds. It was like, for niggas who got shit like DirecTV and Dish and whatever. What other shit do you already have? Like, that's basically what it was. try to sell people shit that they already have, but they should cut their services and then go up under you. But they're not gonna get no discount. They're just gonna help you out.
What were they selling?
Like DirecTV, house phone services, dish.
So they were selling these companies, but they didn't work for this company.
They was like
Third
I
party.
guess nowadays they was like affiliate marketing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get like a little cut off of hooking you up with DirecTV, but because you physically set it up, you're gonna get a little cut. But if you get somebody up underneath you and they do it, you get a cut or they cut.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, hell yeah. And I was like, nah, man. Like, I was just hyping the moment. Like, hell yeah, we about to get this bread, y'all. That nigga pulled up in a BMW and he got some shiny watch on it I've never heard of.
And that's how it is. These sports people, they'll be on the flyers in front of cars and all this.
Flashy as fuck. Like, flashy as fuck. Hell yeah. Niggas in front of Lambos on their phone, looking like they just like.
And how you just explained what his scheme was, the pyramid scheme. That's why I feel like the business I was doing before COVID or when COVID started, it's not a pyramid scheme. It was just, if you don't know people, don't join kind of thing.
Right. That's all it is. No, it's called a well, I don't know if it's the same as a susu, but but yeah, like that's what it is. Like I know hella people. Like when I was your age, I knew hella people. When you get older, you just like don't know people like that. Like there's you find reasons to cut niggas off. like yeah. So like, but yeah, when I was like in my early 20s, I knew hella people because it was like good. I used to like knowing hella people. I would get love every time I would go somewhere. Like I used to like that shit. Had social media been a thing, like a big thing, because it was going on, but we didn't use this shit like that. Like niggas didn't know. I don't know who figured out that social media could be powerful like it is, but salute to that nigga. Like that motherfucker was smart. Like, but yeah, had I known that shit was gonna like pop like that, I would try to keep in touch with some of these niggas. So now we could all been making money. Like, look, I only talk to y'all niggas when the money is involved. Like, hell yeah. Like, I would have did that shit. But yeah, it's smart. The only people who get ripped off are people who don't know anybody. And you ain't get ripped off, you was just dumb. Like, if you know you don't fuck with a lot of people or a lot of people don't fuck with you, don't throw your money in on this.
Even churches do it. Like,
we ain't gonna talk about these churches. These churches.
I'm just saying, like whenever that died down, of course everybody was trying to keep it going. You know, they didn't want it to end. Everything good dies. Well, let me not say it like that, but everything.
It's a wave. That's all it is.
Yeah. So, someone I know, their like family was doing it through their church, and like pretty much all the members were doing it. But it was a bigger pay-in to get a bigger buyout, you know?
Yeah.
But it was like a month process. It wasn't a 24 to 40 hour process like the Instagram version was. So it's like, I mean, it might be a scheme, but it's not a scam.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's a scheme. So what a lot of people's problem is, they know of only one way of making money, and that's where you give your time for money. Mm-hmm. And that's just a method of making money, man. That's all that shit is, you know? Like, we're brought up, taught, like, you need to go get a job so you can make money. And then you're going to fall into this bucket of where everybody's time is only worth this amount. And so I'll be talking with niggas who I know. And I'll tell them, like, when y'all go take a job, man, y'all should really look at what the job pays, because you're going to give your time for that. So essentially what you're saying is, I'm worth this amount. Mm-hmm. So if you go take you a job worth $14, $15 an hour, that's what your time is worth. Don't get upset when you get $14, $15 an hour treatment at your job, because that's where you're working at. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, these are the people who you're involved with. At that rate, your manager is probably making $17, $18 an hour. Right. I know I have a skewed vision of making money because, like I tell Shanice all the time, like, my vision of making money is probably really skewed because of the fact that I tell people what you're gonna pay me. And if you don't want to pay me, we don't need to do business. I used to early on would dip my prices so I could try to get more business, but now I don't. This is what my rates are. We can go above this, but we won't drop below.
And that's like the key thing to being an entrepreneur and having your own business too, because when you're starting off, you're thinking, oh, I'm new to it. You know, I don't really have a reputation built yet. So why should people pick me? That's the same price as someone who already has a reputation, has been around for years, or has been doing this, has clientele already. So then, you know, you start off lower. And as you go on, you increase your prices. But as you're increasing it, you're still kind of hesitant because it's like you're still building your brand. So you don't want to turn away business. But then it gets to a point where you realize either people start taking advantage of that, or you just don't feel like you're getting your worth. So that's whenever, I don't know what it was that me and Molly were talking about. We were talking about pricing for something. And then I was like, we might as well start at what we think like it should be. We have to take into account of the supplies, our time, the labor. It's not just
getting there.
Yeah. And then that's the thing too. We don't even like account for gas or nothing. So it's like, it's not only just supplies and the service itself, it's our time too. And I feel like entrepreneurs, when you're starting off, you're just thinking, okay, well, this is the price of these earrings. So if I sell them for this, I'll make a difference in this. Okay, you didn't pay yourself. Mm-hmm. You're paying yourself, yeah, you're getting that difference, but you're not paying yourself for your time.
Yeah.
And I feel like also I had to like start to realize that too as we went on with Tipsy, because it was like, of course, it's just us two. We're starting off small and everything. So it's not just going to be instant, consistent money all the time. So like when you are doing your events, you want to make sure it's worth it, kind of thing. It's exposure. Any exposure is good exposure, but also this is a business. This is going to be a career, not just a quick thing.
Right. Especially if you want to last, that's how you need to look at it. Like, I feel like a lot of people have a turning point with when you start something off to where it goes from like the side hustle to that business. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I remember whenever I first started mine, I went out to, you know, when you're at the mall, they have those large like digital displays. You'll see, I don't know. I know I think they're in Opry Mills. Yeah, they're in Opry Mills. Like they have like the big displays or whatever. You'll see them at like different like stores or whatever. So one of those was messed up. It was out of programming. And so what I went in and I did was I had to put a new motherboard in it, and then we had to reconfigure it so that way it would pop up with the right digital displays for the store. And it's not as complex as it sounds. It's not. It was really like,
I mean, as soon as you say motherboard, you lost me. Like,
so I had to install something on there and I had to program it to make it work. Yeah. Right. So it took probably like 2-3 hours. And I only made $50. It was the first thing that I did. And I only made $50, but I felt like a champ after that. I was like, oh my God, bro. I was like, I can make some money here and there. Huh?
Because you just had a client.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it was like, and it wasn't even like a repeat. But I was just like, in my mind, I felt like I was walking in the desert and like found water. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like,
was that your first job?
Yeah, that was the first thing. That was the first like work order I ever went out to go complete. And then so from there, you know, we had like a good conversation or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then that's when I started realizing take what people say had no value. Like, because it was like, yeah, the next time we have something come up in the San Antonio area, we'll call you. Cool. Never heard from niggas again. That was fucking almost 4 years ago. And so, but after that, I started realizing like, oh, if I see things pop up, if I see work orders pop up, I'm a bid on them. But what I do, and I think of what maybe, because I'm like really like one of the number one contractors here. Like it's crazy. Like IT contractors, like I'm like one of the top ones here. Like it's like super high rated, all that. But it's because of what I do is I make sure that you notice me. Like, so if I bid on a work order that you have, I then call you and like, hey, yeah, I seen that this was posted, blah blah blah. I want to know if we could talk about it, see if it's still available, and then we can negotiate the rate. Boom. And then from then we'll go in and be like, yeah, we can do this. We also have this, and this in your area. Do you want these two? Yeah, I want those two at the same rate. Boom. And I'll fuck around and fill up a week worth of work. You know what I mean? And then I'll fuck around and they'll be like, it'd be really good money in a week. Like I'll put it like that. It'd be really good money in a week.